Hey guys, I'm gonna make a post here about this Epstein thing and some other stuff, but uh, this Epstein stuff is maybe the worst thing. I'm pushing 70 years old now, and it may be the worst thing I've ever seen. So, we know we live in an evil world, but you talk about evil being revealed right in front of our face. That if only 10% of this turns out to be true, it's going to be unbelievable evil. It already is unbelievable. And we're going to have to stand up and we're going to have to take a stand against it. And I'm mostly talking to men. I probably uh, relate better with men. I'm probably don't. I may not relate good with women. I may be a little gruff or a little chauvinist. Maybe don't mean to be, but I'm talking to coal miners and carpenters and electricians and truck drivers and men that, of all trades that work with their hands and work anywhere from 40 to 80 hours a week and are providing for their family and taking good care of them, but they're not keeping an eye on what's going on in the world and they're not keeping an eye on what's going on in their homes. And you're working so hard to provide for your families that you sometimes stuff slips through the cracks. But I have made a lot of mistakes in my life, but there's only one thing that I did right, that I know I did right. I raised my children. I raised my kids. They didn't need a school teacher or a preacher or a professor or anyone to be their moral compass or to set their compass for them. I set their compass for them. I raised my children. And, you know, between God, me, and their mother, we taught them, we raised them. I raised my kids. And I took an active role each and every day in their raising. And I'm afraid there's too many people nowadays, too many men that are not filling that role. And I totally understand it. It's more distractions now than they've ever been, and there's a lot to deal with in raising kids today. But we're going to have to get a handle on it, and you've got to take these boys and you got to raise them up to be men. And our society is just saturated with homosexuality, transgender, men going into women's bathrooms or girls' bathrooms, uh, uh, child trafficking, abortion, just so many stuff that you have to deal with now, and men are going to have to start running their homes. You know, they're going to have to get more involved, and I've always been a man's man. You know, I've always been. Uh, I don't think anybody ever accused me of having a feminine side or getting in touch with my feminine side. I don't have a feminine side. I'm a man, and but we have a lot of men nowadays that aren't men, and society even taught us it was cool not to be a man. You know, it was okay to be a little feminine. Well, that's not biblical, and that's not right, and it's not cool. There's nothing cool about it. So, in my opinion, we're going to have to start standing up and taking control of things because that's the only person that's going to fix it now. It's going to take God and God's blessing and God's guidance, and it's going to take men to stand up and say we've had enough of it. We're not putting up with no more of this nonsense. And that's my prayer. And maybe we need to start having uh, meetings or rallies or something for men to get together in our communities and have a word of prayer and to talk about some of this stuff going on right now. Anyway, it's just a thought, something else to think about. My thoughts.